Shemot, Exodus chapter 2. Paro charged all his people concerning the Abirim, saying, Every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. And there went a man of the house of Lewi, and took for a woman a daughter of Lewi. And the woman conceived, and bare a son. And when she saw him that he was goodly, she hid him 3 months. And when she could not longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes, and daubed it with slime and with pitch. And she put the child therein, and laid it in the flags by the river's brink. And his sister stood afar off, to know what would be done to him. And the daughter of Paro came down to bathe at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river side. And she saw the ark among the flags, and sent her handmaid to fetch it. And she opened it, and saw the child, and behold, the baby wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, This is one of the Abirim's children. Then said his sister to Paro's daughter, Shall I go and call thee a nurse of the Abiriyot, that she may nurse the child for thee? And Paro's daughter said to her, Go. And the maiden went and called the child's mother. And Paro's daughter said to her, Take this child away, and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child, and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him to Paro's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moshe, and said, Because I drew him out of the water. And it was in those days, when Moshe was grown up, that he went out to his brothers, and looked on their burdens, and he saw a Mithri smiting a Ebri, one of his brothers. And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he smote the Mithri, and hid him in the sand. And he went out the second day, and behold, 2 men of the Abirim were striving together. And he said to him that did the wrong, For what reason smitest thou thy fellow? And he said, Who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Thinkest thou to kill me, as thou killedst the Mithri? And Moshe feared, and said, Surely the thing is known. Now when Paro heard this thing, he sought to slay Moshe, but Moshe fled from the face of Paro, and dwelt in the land of Madian, and he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Madian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water, and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. And the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moshe stood up and helped them, and watered their flock. And when they came to Reuel their father, he said, How is it that ye are come so soon today? And they said, A Mithri delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and moreover he drew water for us, and watered the flock. And he said to his daughters, And where is he? Why is it that ye have left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread. And Moshe was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moshe Zipporah his daughter. And she bare a son, and he called his name Gershom, for he said, I have been a sojourner in a foreign land. And it was in the course of those many days that the king of Mithraim died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the slavery, and they cried, and their cry came up to God by reason of the slavery. And God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Yitzhak, and with Jacob. And God saw the children of Israel, and God took knowledge of them.